seems to be like, I don't know, skipping or something. I hope that's just on my end. Good morning. I gotta start limiting my coffee probably. I don't know. How am I supposed to like start my day without my coffee? Is there people that do that? I know I used to, but as a mom, I couldn't imagine like not having my coffee. Anyway, let's get ready for the day. Good morning. Well, it's 8:09 here in Florida. It's starting to get a little warmer. It was a little cold. I definitely stood in the shower a little longer than normal. It's cold this morning. It's been cold, but from what I'm understanding, like it's not gonna last that long. So this is our first winter in Florida. Well, you know, or as my husband says, we're Georgia adjacent. We're not far enough into Florida. I'm always afraid to do it too dark, and then I ain't got shit. Anyway, getting ready for the day before the kiddos come storming through. Hopefully, we'll see, right? Why is this not? I need more. I know we are almost caught up on everything since being behind. I can't tell you how good that feels. Especially since Christmas is like in a couple of weeks. Though we're fine. We don't really, you know. My kids are going to be more aware this year. They do have presents and it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do cookie decorating. I want to do Grinch cookies. My son loves the Grinch. So I just want to like, I don't know, over Grinch everything. I love when something makes them happy. But good morning if you're having a coffee with me. Thank you for joining me. I'm getting ready for the day. I always have issues with my eyebrows, so that'll take me the longest, honestly. I keep teasing and saying that I'm going to get them tattooed on, but somebody told me that their aunt did that and it was questionable. Now I'm worried. We'll see. My grandma did it when after she had chemo. I thought they looked pretty good, honestly. Or there's like, what is it, microblading? I don't know anything. I am not a makeup artist. I am not somebody you should probably take makeup tips from, but I do my makeup every day. Oh, dear mama. Oh, sorry. Got a little loud there for a second. I don't want to have to holler over Tupac. Can't holler over Tupac. It's really just music for me. For when I'm not talking to myself. I do that a lot. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. It is 8:12 here in Florida, so I'm just getting ready for the day, and this is part of my self-care. Every day I like to chit-chat with you guys while I do my makeup and put my hair on, and this is my me time. So happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is having a good week. My affirmations this morning sounded more like a pep talk, but you know what? I got this, right? I got this. I'll conquer this, just like I've conquered every other health crisis I've had. If you're new, I found out that I might need a pacemaker, and I'm processing, you know? It takes a minute to process that, especially at 35 years old. So, yeah, this morning after my shower, I had, good morning, Abigail. Thank you for joining. That's a pretty name, Abigail. Saying it out loud is even prettier. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. I like to have my coffee with you guys and chit chat while I put my makeup and my hair on, and before I do the mom thing. I hope you decide to subscribe so I can see you again. Yeah, great. That is wonderful to hear. It is Wednesday, so I like to have a wonderful, wishing everyone a wonderful Wednesday. I like to do, I'm weird with letters and stuff, but this week I am, just trying to process this new for me. Good morning, Mr. Sunny. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. If you are having your coffee with me, thank you. It is 8:14 here in Florida. It might not be, it's a hump day. I always like that camel. Those damn commercials. Yeah, I like to have fun. Good morning, James. Thank you for joining me. Sunny. I like to make sure that I'm pronouncing people's names right. I had a chat with one of the nurses at the hospital about that on Sunday. And she was like, it's important to pronounce people's names right, because that's our identity, like that's somebody that's important, right? And because she pronounced my last name right, and it's well, thank you for joining me. Are you in India? I don't know what time it would be there, but it is 8:14 here in Florida, which is the southern part of America. Paramount, West Virginia. I grew up just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so not very far. We just moved to Florida from Indiana in October. We've officially been here 2 months in our new home. And, in 5 years in Indiana, they couldn't figure out what was going on with my heart. And one visit to the hospital here in Florida, I guess that tells you why we moved to Florida. It was for healthcare. I am chronically ill. I have lupus, along with a slew of other messes that come along with it. And now it is affecting my heart. We knew that was always going to be a possibility. So, yeah, that was information I wasn't ready for this week. I took a fall. We didn't realize the reason I'm having so many falls is because my heart rate is dropping and irregular. So, with that said, I have a lot of calls to make today to start getting ready for whatever is next. They were talking about a pacemaker. That I want a second opinion before I go having a pacemaker placed at 35. I did have both of my hips replaced, and I know that I have to work hard to keep those lasting. I am afraid. I'm afraid. I am not afraid to admit that I am afraid. Oh, I'm so sorry. My dad has one, though it has stopped. I have dyslexia, and my son is autistic. So you just have different abilities, right? Just makes us different. I love it. Thank you for joining me, Abigail. Yeah, I just wasn't ready. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and we just moved here. We don't have anybody to help while and our car broke down. My disability check was short. We are a little bit behind still on our bills. We are almost caught up. By the end of next week, we will be caught up for everything, and everything will be okay. And then my husband can take a little bit of time off work, because they said it's like a week of downtime, like actual bed rest. Good morning, Francis. Thank you for joining me. So it just was something I wasn't prepared for. For 5 years, I've been trying to figure out, so it's just, I guess I have to process, everybody keeps telling me though, yeah, I am. Nice one. Yep, I absolutely have dyslexia. It's mostly, thank you. Yes. That is my number one priority. And for my children, I will do whatever it takes. I had both my hips replaced. I had weight loss surgery. I've gotten dentures. Everything I do so I can have a better quality of life for them, because they deserve the best mom, It's not just about self-care, talking to myself and all of this. It is about taking care of my overall health. And so, yes, thank you. My kids are my number one. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. My number one priority, and I have to make sure, and my husband has flexible work and stuff like that. So once we are caught up, he will be able to take the time off. But I am also, I'm on disability. I'm going to reach out to my insurance and see what we might qualify for. You know what I mean? You know, I had a conversation with God this morning. Kind of went. Many times I prayed for him to take me before I had children. They told me I would never have them. Now that I have them, I begged him to just let me be their mom. I just want to be here to raise my babies. I'm sorry. I do. I just want to be here to raise my babies. That's all. So I will. Thank you. I will, I'll do whatever it takes. I have survived 100% of my worst days. I have survived everything that lupus has tried to take from me. We've survived homelessness. Yeah, my bow. I like my bow. I will get through this. I will. It's just gonna take a little navigating. We were not prepared for that information. It was, it's scary, you know. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm scared. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I need to. I do actually have calming tea in my cabinet. That is a very good, that is a very good idea. I do have calming tea, and I should be drinking calming tea and not coffee. I just don't know how to start my day without coffee. But we are 30 minutes from a Mayo Clinic, and if you're aware, that's like the best of the best of the best, right? So I am going to be trying to figure out how I can be seen at the Mayo Clinic and get all of this, get all this taken care of. We're gonna do this. I got this, right? We got the, and then the best part is I have such, yeah, you're right. Good morning, Jordan. Thank you for joining me again. Yeah, I've got to make some changes, right? That's I've had to make lots of changes. I had weight loss surgery, and I've had both my hips replaced. I need my back surgery. I thought my back would be surgery number 13. Apparently it's going to be a pacemaker. That's okay. We're just switching things up a little bit. You know, I sometimes feel guilty being chronically ill. It's like you're reading my mind, Jesse. What is this? I do sometimes feel guilty as a chronically ill mom, but then my 2-year-old daughter is like so amazing. Yes, my insurance covers whatever one doesn't cover, the other does. So we should be good. Thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate you. I really do. Because you're right. Sometimes we need to hear things. And that doctor was successful in scaring the crap out of me. That was his job when I signed myself out of the hospital. He came in to scare me, and he was very successful in his job. So I do know that something has to be done, and I am this morning. I have numbers to call. I have a plan of attack, but this was my first step. You guys are always my first step. I got to start my day with my self-care, and that is putting on my makeup, chatting with you guys. I'm going to be switching from the coffee to some calming tea. So, just making some adjustments. I've made lots of adjustments. Lots. Oh my gosh. But that's, you know, and my husband will say, pivot. I'm gonna smack him every time he says pivot. That is the biggest blessing about being a disabled mom. Being on disability allows me to be a stay-at-home mom. I get to be their teacher. I get to be here for everything. So, and I am like kind of Mrs. Brightside. I like to look at the bright side of everything. So that is the most biggest blessing about being a disabled mom is I get to stay home with my kids. Oh, you were so right. And my son, my 4-year-old son, he is on the spectrum. And then my daughter is very needy too. Of course, she's 2, you know. So I need, but we were unable to get him properly diagnosed until he was 6 in Indiana, which makes absolutely, we went around and around and around in circles for a year and a half, both me and my husband trying to get him diagnosed. And his insurance wouldn't cover any doctor that would take him before he was 6. Like his PCP, all of his therapists, he aged out of therapy, and I couldn't get anything for him because I couldn't get him formally diagnosed. So we moved here for my health, and we also moved here for better health care for my son. So once we get him formally diagnosed, I'm hoping to be able to get some assistance in so that we can do the one-on-one time more. It's really important that they both have it. He also needs, you know, therapies that I know I'm not equipped for, though. Before I was disabled myself, I worked with individuals with disabilities, so it's not something that I'm fully incapable of doing, but I also know that I'm not trained. You know, I don't have a degree in anything, but I do know my son better than anybody in the world. So, and until he can fully communicate with me, I don't leave them alone with just anybody. Exactly. So I do know that we need, and that's why we need him formally diagnosed, because I can't get him into any of these programs. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. I can't get him into any of these programs without a formal diagnosis. And that was the most frustrating part, because when he was going to therapy before he aged out, it was a community program. He was really doing so great. And I mean, I try to continue what they taught me, but again, I have to be able to do one-on-one time. And my husband is my caregiver, but right now he's having to work to catch up with it's been a mess. So he's not home as often. And yeah, so we need that formal diagnosis to get him all the assistance that's out there for him so that he can thrive, you know? Everything I do is I'm trying to do the best for my kids. I may not always make the best decision, but as parents, we just try to do what we think is best. We just got the insurance taken care of. God, that took forever. We just got everybody's insurance taken care of, though my card still hasn't come in. I will get him a primary care appointment, and then from there, I'm hoping to see a neuropsychologist. Yeah, a neuropsychologist to do the proper diagnosis. We were contemplating paying like $2,000 out of pocket to get it done, and it wasn't feasible. I'm on disability. My husband does work, but it just wasn't feasible. We got an opportunity to come to Florida. We are here. Next step. You are right. So I don't just have calls to make for me today. I have calls to also make for him, because I have to get him I got to get both my kids established, obviously, with a primary care physician. We all do. My husband's a little harder to get to the doctor. You men. My daughter, all she really has, she's got dysphagia. If you're aware, it's you just got to make things thicker for her. She tends to goes down the wrong pipe too often. Oh, good Lord. That doesn't sound like fun. Could they not get it out, or have you not gone to get it out? I am guilty of ignoring. Now that I have kids, I don't ignore, as though I feel that. Well, we have a friend close by. She's about an hour away, though, hour and a half ish. The thing is we don't really have the only person I really had where we moved from to help out with the kids moved as well. So that was another reason. Like, we had nothing. I mean, we do have family there, but we didn't have the help that we needed there either. And my husband was approved through my insurance as my caregiver, but we were waiting on the government to do their part. Yes, we did find a church that we started going to. We have not, and that was Sunday. It is a sensitive subject for me. I was raised Catholic. I was raised in the church. I'm more spiritual than I am religious, but we found this church that is a community. They are very, I spoke with them. The kids attended the Sunday school. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And it really feels like a place that we could, become a part of, So yes, that is also on because we need to build a village, right? It takes a village. I've joined a couple local groups. Amen. Amen. We all need something to believe in and something to fear, right? Whatever that is for any individual person, it's not for one to say. And my relationship with my God has always been just, and that's what I always say, my relationship with my God is good. We good, right? And I never felt like I needed to go to church. But like you said, we need to build a community. Yeah. I think some fear is okay, right? Shouldn't there be something to keep us in line, right? That was my conversation with myself this morning. I have literally been through so much. And that's why I like talking with people, because I feel like I can connect with a wide range of people with different pasts. We've all walked our path, right? We all have a story. We all have our own battles we're fighting. But it's nice to know that you're not alone. Sometimes it can be so isolating, and everything happens for a reason. I lost 2 children before I had my babies. And a year before my son was born, they told me I would never carry to term. I call it my never say never, happily ever after. So I definitely, yeah, everything happens for a reason. My kids, they both have this birthmark on the back of their neck. Doctors called it stork bites, or angel kisses. I liked angel kisses better because they said that they were kisses from the 2 that I lost. And you just have to learn to cope, right? That's the biggest thing, is coping. I've been to therapy over and over and over again over the years for all the things, learning different techniques, striving to be mentally strong, right? I mean, I have depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and post-traumatic stress. I do have more control over my mental health than my physical. An unlicensed internet therapist, I can see that, Jesse. I can. I've had many that I would absolutely agree, and I've had a few that you could tell that they had a pure passion for what they do. And I feel like that's in every job, really, right? Like, some people are just there for the paycheck, and some people actually put forth their best no matter what because they have a passion for it. Yes. Yeah, it's important. And I tell people who are going to therapy, never be afraid to say, hey, this one's not working for me. I need somebody else. Because it's about your healing journey, right? And healing is not linear by any means. And it is a journey because it's never ending. Yeah. I've had several that have helped me with my coping mechanisms. Because that's been my hardest thing, is coping with everything in life. Because you picture a life, right? When you're growing up, you picture how you want your life to look. I never imagined I would be disabled at 30, and I tried to run from lupus, and you can't. You can't. I did. I tried to run from it. I tried to find anybody to give me a different diagnosis because I just wanted to take some damn pills and get better, but there's just no. That's an interesting, yeah. I think the most important part of my personal healing is knowing that I'm not alone, and I think that's why I like sharing. Oh, so are you. I people knowing that was my first step in healing, and I was 16 years old when I finally spoke out about my childhood abuse, and my mom told me that she was also abused. And in that moment, for the first time in my life that I could remember, I felt like I wasn't alone. And I'll never forget that feeling. I have been in groups of people who have had issues like mine, and group therapy really isn't good for me, especially when you're sending me in with a bunch of people with other health issues, and I don't want to focus on my health issues. Yes, I have to deal with them, but focusing on them all the time gives me so much anxiety. It's like I guess I don't want to be sick. Who wants to be sick? I remember when they diagnosed me with lupus, they told me it's like a cancer you can live with. Hey Willow, thank you for joining me. Thank you. I did not know Lady Gaga has lupus. I know Selena Gomez does. I know Lady Gaga has I know she deals with chronic pain. I'm not sure what I saw, but I didn't know she had lupus. Right. You can't go back and change the past, right? Thank you, Willow. We can't go back and change the past, but we can strive every day to be a better version of the person that we were yesterday. That is my main goal. Every day I want to do a little bit better than I did yesterday. You are right. Everybody reacts differently, right? Because some dogs you can beat every day and they'll still be timid and kind and never bite. And some dogs you can beat every day and they're going to turn around and bite you, right? everybody has a different, and that's why I guess I love hearing everybody's perspective. Because it's about perspective, it's about mindset, it's about, you know, how you see the world, and we all see it differently. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I am drinking less of my coffee. You got that into my head. And tomorrow I will have my calming tea instead. My husband sending a message. He knows I'm on here. I do try to be very positive. I giggled in the hospital because I was like, would you believe that I'm striving to be a motivational speaker? And they're like, actually, yes, because I do try my best to stay as positive as possible, because you can't live a positive life with a negative mindset, right? Sorry to hear that. Or you're not under, I got what you're saying. I'm sorry. And what was it? I was watching Brilliant Minds, and the way they explained, chronic pain, I got really emotional. Because so many people don't understand it. Unless you deal with it, you don't understand it, right? But the way they put it is like your brain is now triggered to find the pain, because I've been in chronic pain, oh my God, going on 15 years. Yeah, going on 15 years. Wow. I'm getting old. No, I'm fine with my age. The aging part isn't it's the chronic health. That has been my biggest issue with coping. I've coped with abuse. I've coped with loss. I've coped. That's kind of, yeah. It's like your brain is now wired to receive pain, like, your pain receptors, that's what they call them, are now, overworking. Maybe that's what fibro is, because I have fibromyalgia along with lupus. And there's some people that don't believe fibro is even a thing. Some people think it's a psychological thing. Some people, nerve medication helps it. So I don't know. I'll say that, though now they're saying one of my medications is likely the cause of my heart problem. And that's what happened with my hips. The prednisone is what cost me my hips, and the prednisone was to treat the inflammation because I can't take NSAIDs. It's like, it's domino effect, right? Can you believe that sometimes it hurts for my husband to hug me? For my kids to touch me? Fibro is a nasty condition that I would not wish on. Lupus has its own, and lupus affects everybody differently. I have many friends, though, with fibro, and it is, I hate it. I hate fibro. No, and we've had some concern that my husband might have it, because sometimes, like, different textures, like, hurt him, like, because clothes sometimes bother me, but we still haven't figured out what that is for him. I wish it on no one. Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, I'm just covering up the red and the discoloration from the lupus, and this is part of my self-care. I like doing my makeup. It's fun. I want to get a vanity, though, so I can sit and talk to you guys, and it's a little easier on my back. My back's killing me. Though I do like my I like my little setup here better than the last house. I at least have some space. Last house, I had no room at all. Ain't got none. What'd you think? I sold them? I'm sorry, I don't sing and dance, but I do sing and dance. So sometimes I just can't help myself. Especially when it's Eminem. I've been in love with Eminem since 1999. My husband knows. I tease him about it. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but never comes out when they move. Sorry. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I am sipping my coffee instead of drinking it. But if you were joining me, it is 8:44 here in Florida. It's starting to warm up, but it was cold this morning. I did not want to move out from underneath my heating blanket. But I'm moving and a grooving because the kids are gonna. I hear my son up there playing. He said no yesterday. It's too early for comments like that. Be children up in here. Be respectful. Anyway. I love this song. This is what I need, right? I don't want it. If you're an Eminem fan, I guess. Some people might not be. Sorry. Arms are heavy. Arms forgetting. Opens his mouth, but the words won't. Like I said, sorry. Sometimes I can't help myself. Oh, there goes gravity. All right. Anyway. Yes, we do use some sign language. I should freshen up more, honestly. I knew it growing up. My mom's worked with special needs my entire life. So I've always been around special needs, and I did know sign language growing up. But I need a refresher. But his therapist did help me with, more and eat. He does say eat now, and he can say more, but he uses the sign more often. And I'm in the northern part of Florida in Jacksonville. So yes, sign language is absolutely wonderful, and technically is not considered nonverbal anymore. He does say some words, but communication is his, and we're not sure if it has to do with, he had tubes put in when he was, 6 months, because he had chronic ear infections, the poor thing. But he also had a lip tie. God, that was awful. Anyway, he's starting to, no, he has autism, and a speech delay, but he's coming a long way. Like I said, I think a lot of it, I just need him to have the proper therapists now. That's going to help. But his sister is 2, and she's starting to talk a lot. And there is a cat in my yard that is not mine. I was like, what is that? Oh, goodness. She's starting to talk more, and that really seems to be helping to push him to talk as well. So I was really excited yesterday when I told her no, and he goes, no. And I said no again, and he goes, no. It was cute. I was proud of him. But he is doing, and like now sometimes when he does the more, he'll say more along with it. You are absolutely right. Brady does not need makeup. This is my self-care. Mama, I love you, but the trail is not to go. The Salem slot. There goes my shot. Sorry, I was saying, but I do sing. No, this isn't a beauty channel. This is a positivity channel. Sorry, I stumbled over that. I was trying to be cute. This is a personal preference. It's part of my self-care every day. I like to chit-chat with you guys while I put on my makeup and my hair, and before I got to do the mama thing. Sometimes while I got to do the mama thing, right? All depends on the kiddos that day. My eyebrows, they're not so bad today, I guess, but they drive me crazy. I have issues with hair loss because of meds and lupus and the weight loss and all of that. So that is why I wear a wig. Personal preference. Though my hair is starting to grow back, I want to get it cut into like a little pixie cut though, so like all these baby hairs don't look so crazy. But it is starting to grow back in spots and getting healthy again, but obviously, well, I think it's different to be a realist than to be negative. You know what I mean? I do live in a happy bubble. I live in my happy bubble, and I fully admit that. Oh, I just sprayed this. I just sprayed my mirror. But my happy bubble is mostly because I have enough to deal with in my world. You know what I mean? It's a personal preference. I just don't, I don't need the static. It's not easy, like I said, it's not easy to stay positive when you're dealing with chronic health issues. So I do admit sometimes I'm not. Sometimes it's hard, but I try to find my way back to it. It's all about mindset and you know, training. Yeah. I just, you know, I don't understand why people take the time to make such comments, but I feel like it's not worth wasting energy on either. Just, I'd rather talk to, you know, I'm not for everybody, I'll admit that, but I am here for the people I am for. So, you know, it's weeding out the, I don't know what you want to call it. Oh. Got a lot of swelling since that fall. It's just hurt. That's all. Minute after minute, hour after hour. Sorry, like I said, I don't sing. I just can't help myself sometimes. But you gotta enjoy the little things, right? What I read, we don't remember days, we remember moments. I liked that. You can't remember the whole day. You remember the moments. Make the moments count, right? So blind to see. I hope my hairspray comes in today. I know how they ordered it, but. What time is it? Yeah, I guess that might not be a good time to say such a thing. But I mean, you know, as long as she enjoyed it, right? Ah! My back's killing me. Okay. Yeah. Christmas music? We can do some Christmas music. I mean, absolutely. You were right. It is December 4th. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? It's just what I listen to when I'm by myself, that's all. Or when I put my earbuds in. Oh, I hit the wrong button. My bad. What in the world is that? Oh, I love the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Here we go. Top Christmas songs, 2024. It's got Queen Bee on there herself. There we go. Wait a second, my laptop's a little old. Aww. Oh, is it Christmas where you are, Diana? The beginning of the year? Or the beginning of the month? It's a sister version of the Christmas thing that King Cole. Good morning, Yusuf. Thank you for joining me again. I honestly don't know what this is going to play, but it does say the top Christmas songs 2024. So we will see. Well, Merry Christmas. That's so cool. That's so cool. Yay. It's Christmas. You're in Slovakia, am I right? Correct me. I'm trying to remember. Oh, to be 19 again. Nah, I'm good. Things got better when I got in my 30s. Life started making more sense. But I also started my self-love journey right before I turned 30. I guess, yeah. About 6 months before I met my husband. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't like it. Let's see. This one says, okay, yeah, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole. We have some, oh, I've already played this one. Here we go. Let's start it over. This one's got some of the older ones. I don't know about these new things they're coming out with. My husband is amazing. Yeah. Yes. This hasn't been easy for anybody. I told him not to fall in love with me, that I did not want to bring him into the shit show that was my life with all of my health issues. Told him I was not getting married again because I had been married and divorced twice by the time I was 30. He did not propose. He got down on both knees and said that he would prove to me that he was worth marrying. And We're going on 3 years married with 2 beautiful children, and I am grateful he was so damn persistent. I couldn't imagine my life without him. I wouldn't want to. He fights for me like you wouldn't believe. He's my medical advocate and my strength through all of this. Just don't know why you want anything to do with it. Oh, Journey and Tizzy, I did put them back so they could have breakfast. I get you. I'll go get Journey. Journey.
You're so fluffy. You're my big fluffy kitty. Huh. In my Journey. She's just a child. Yeah, say hi. You say hi. Say hi. You're my pretty kitty, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh.
You my baby girl. You're so sweet. She's been playing in my Christmas ornaments. She's got glitter all over her. I see it. You see extra pretty kitty? Is she so extra pretty? Yes, you is. Oh, I just love you.
Come on. Come on.
We're pretty sure hubby is allergic to her. She's long-haired. She is. Where you can see. I've got glitter on me from yesterday. My daughter got glitter on my brush. She's so cute. I love her. But hubby needs to get his allergy meds straightened out because I think he's allergic to her. My mom was allergic to long-haired cats too, is allergic to long-haired cats, but as long as we get the allergy medicine right, we should be fine. We thought it was the last house we were living in because it was not in the best shape, but he's still having issues since we moved, so I am assuming he was allergic to cats growing up too, so, but just the long-haired ones, and she just keeps getting fluffier and fluffier. Just gets fluffier and fluffier. I've got her, I can feel it. I got her hairs all over. Good morning, Navarro. Thank you. Thank you for joining me again. Yeah, I've got her. I got her fur all over me. Fallen triumphant. See, I'll sing Christmas songs too. Can't help myself. Sing Silent Night as my audition song for the children's choir. I was younger. I loved singing Silent Night. I used to love to sing. I don't sing much anymore though. Not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I once I. Oh. Autocorrect, man. I'll tell ya. Drives me crazy. I keep trying to say live and it says love. I'm going love. Like, All right. All right. Yeah. I always feel better once I have my hair and makeup on. Yes. Yes. Like I can read it and read it and read it. Yes. Very frustrating. I'm like, wait a second. And then me and my husband, you know, it's like we misunderstand each other through text. He also uses that damn voice to text. He has skin on my nose, sorry. Because he's driving most of the time. So he just presses the button and lets it record. And then he just hits the send button without reading it. And then I've got to decipher what it is he's saying. Usually pretty good at it, though. But yeah. Voice to text. I'm glad he's not driving people in the car anymore, though. He's just doing deliveries. I still worry, but I worry a little bit less. Oh, that's cool. Most people call you, all right. Can I start calling you Nova? I'm going to call you Nova. I like that. My name's Elizabeth. I've gone by Beth, but I go by Liz and have for, oh gosh, at least 10 years now. One of my, why is that on the table? Yeah, I've gone by Liz. One of my managers, when I first started doing the restaurant manager thing, named me Liz, and it stuck, and I feel more like a Liz. Definitely. I don't have my hairspray yet. Should be coming in, hopefully. Don't like that though. I still need to wash my wigs. But I'm a little behind on my chores. Navarro is awesome. Nova is awesome. Yeah, I'm getting caught up. Yesterday I caught up with my regular chores. Now I gotta do all my extra stuff, and I'll get there. It's just been, I've got to take more breaks now. I get winded and tired a lot, but at least now I know why. I was feeling crazy because we didn't know why I was getting so fatigued all the time. And yeah, so at least having some answers, I guess. Oh, I've got glitter. I was like, what is that? I thought it was blood. It's glitter. Oh, I feel that. I feel that. Well, hopefully I gave you a little bit of motivation to your day. You guys are awesome. I hope I helped somebody today. I hope I brightened somebody's day. You guys definitely always brighten mine. So I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you again. I will be live again tomorrow. Maybe a little bit later today, me and the kids. Good morning. But I'm gonna go check on them guys, and oh yeah, none of that sounds fun. I gotta go do all my medical calls, set up my appointments. I need a cardiologist, a neurologist, an endocrinologist, and a PCP. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Maybe I'll be back later. Thank you. I hope to see you again.